Is the golden age for Yieldmax already over? I want to talk to you about it today. This is a question, not a statement. I'd love your thoughts, and I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking, and I'd love to hear what you think. This is Mike, the Tactical Stock Scalper. All right, baby. Is the golden age of Yieldmax already come and gone? And let me tell you where I'm coming from on this. Now, I just did a video talking about how great the return on investment has been, and that is absolutely true. However, when I'm talking about the golden age, we went through a period of about, a little over a year where we were routinely catching share price appreciation in addition to the disbursements and dividends that Yieldmax is paying us, right? So for newer investors, this may not be as relevant as to people that have been in the funds as long as I have, and even longer. So let me just start here. 2009, since that point in time, we have been in a massive bull run, okay? Overall, get a monthly chart, zoom it out, and you will see how long we've been in this massive bull cycle. In this massive bull cycle, we've had the COVID crash, we had the down year of 2022, 2023, okay? But last year, we saw a huge rip up, percentage-wise. And that doesn't happen very often in the markets, especially multiple years in a row like that, where it reaches that kind of percentage of growth, okay? So I got in at the right time, at the right place. You could say I was lucky, but I believe we make our own luck, and I actually had to buy the fund. So I made my own luck, I guess you could say. So during this period, okay, things like Nvidia were routinely above my cost basis for months on end, which was great because I was able, when it gets above my cost basis, I was able to pull 100% of the dividends. And sometimes sell shares, okay, for profit, and then when it dipped, buy back in cheaper and redo the whole thing over and over again with Nvidia, AMZ, YMAG. It was a great time. And these things for months on end would be above our cost basis. And people would talk about how bad Yieldmax is at that point. And I didn't see it because it wasn't relevant, because it wasn't happening to me, because everything was going up. It didn't matter what you bought last year. I mean, there are a few things that went down as the market went up, but penny stocks were ripping, and that's what happens when you get a massive bull run like that. And within a bull cycle, you just get everything running up. There's euphoria everywhere, okay? But what I noticed, and what a lot of people notice, and the people who don't like Yieldmax were absolutely correct on this, right? So we would go up, we get capped, and the underlying would continue to go up. Well, that's fine, because we understand that these are not growth funds. And this is why I'm calling it the golden era, because we're able to get share price appreciation to a decent level routinely, and the dividends, right? So it'd go up, it'd get capped, but the underlying keep going. Okay. Then it would come back down. There'd be a small dip. I would reload at a lower average cost, right? Get my average cost lower, average in, and then Yieldmax will reset their calls or whatever, and then we get that share price appreciation month over month over month. I don't know when the next time we're going to see a period like that again. Will it happen again? Absolutely it will. But when? I don't know. Probably not this year. Probably not next year. I can't see the future. But when you have a run like that, it tends to have to cool off for a while. So as we get capped routinely, and Retire on Dividends made a bunch of videos throughout the bull run about how many funds were getting capped all the time, and that was great, and it led to the writing on the wall. Like I said, this is probably more relevant for people that have been in the funds a long time. Like if you just bought now, today, bought AMZ, and it rips up for the next 3 months, you'll be like, Mike, what are you talking about? we had like a year, over a year of this happening. So the golden era was awesome. Share price appreciation and dividends, right? And that helped speed up the return on investment for things like Misty, Nvidia, Coney. It helped speed that process up immensely because the share price kept ripping. The dividends were large because the share price was appreciating. Right, as we know with these funds, the lower the share price, even though the percentage remains the same, the actual dollar value goes down in the dividends you get, right? So last year may have been the golden era. It's kind of weird to call it an era when it's a year, but it is what it is. Now, because a lot of us, and some of us, me, seen the writing on the wall, what would happen if we were getting capped on just little pumps up? What would happen during a correction? And we haven't had a correction in so long. So starting during the summer, I was pulling profits routinely. The summer, the fall, and the winter. Because we were getting so stretched that I knew a correction was coming. Pretty much everybody knew that. Didn't know when, we just knew it would happen. So now what's happened is with the correction, I don't think I'll ever see the golden era again. Well, at least not for a while. Because I don't know when Nvidia will ever be above my cost basis again. AMZ and YMAG. I don't know when that's... I do not foresee that happening for quite some time. Even if the market rips up starting tomorrow until the end of the year, it would have to rip up so much higher than it did last year just to get to that level because we get capped so routinely. That doesn't mean Yieldmax is bad or this or that. That's up to you to decide. But as far as the golden era of being able to catch massive share price appreciation for prolonged periods, I don't know, guys. I don't see that happening. So, because I saw the writing on the wall, I was able to pull all those profits. And before you say anything, yes, I made many videos about it during that period. How I was waiting on a correction to happen because we kept ripping up. And so I didn't know when it was coming. I just knew it was. So when you know something's inevitable, you prepare for it, right? So I kept pulling cash. I have not entered a new Yieldmax fund in age. It's been a long time. Now I have averaged down on the positions I have. And I have, and I've done that. Now I pulled dividends when it gets above my cost basis, but that may never happen again. So I'm going to have to stick with my little 5% pulling it and putting everything back in. But I don't know. I'll have to figure that out as time goes on. Which is why I got into more safer funds. Call them safer. But they're just a different strategy for me and my account that will allow me share price appreciation like JEPQ, SPY, hopefully, XDTE. I'll have a lesser percentage in that one than I will the other two. Is the golden age of Yieldmax over? I would love your thoughts on that, and especially you guys that have been in it for a long time. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper, out.